Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. You guys know the vibes, man. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Woo! Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty decent. Nothing extravagant, but it was alright. What's good, Dom, Ken, Girl with Goals, Michelle, Brainiac, Nell, Sherman, James. Who else we got? We got Bree, AP, Continuous Growth, Jaden, Pascal, Aaron. Who else we got in here? My man DGT. Let's go. Brother Kyle, what's good, man? Nice to see you in here. Who else we got? Jason, Sean, Mr. Walcott, London. Okay. Quita. Queen Quita. Got Greg, Turbo. Okay. What's good, Turbo? Steadfast, Gurav, J-Wo, Reese, Trey. What's good, everybody? Oh, man. We got a big week ahead of us, y'all. I want to be excited for it, but, I mean, I've been excited quite a few times in the past month or two and just been let down every time by the market, unfortunately. So, hopefully we get some continuation. Hopefully we get some follow through. And yeah, man, welcome everybody. For anybody that's new here, we're going to go over the economic calendar first, and then we're going to get into the charts for the week ahead. Alrighty, everybody looks good to go. If you haven't, be sure to smack that like button. And yeah, man, that's all I ask for you guys. You know, guys, I've been doing these for I don't even know how long now, man. 4 or 5 years every Sunday. Alrighty, everything good to go. Let me fix that. Let me fix this. Let me pop that open. 5 years. There we go. Let me open the chat over here as well. There we go. Pop out chat. Bam. Alrighty, we are in business, y'all. Let's get it. We are in business. In business, in business, in business. Alrighty. Everybody good to go? Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, man. First things first here. As always, let's hop into this economic calendar for the week ahead. It's a big week, right? It's a very big week for us. Very, very big week. Let's get into that right now. Here we go. This week, going into Monday, June 9th. Kicking it off. Nothing of importance there on Monday. Tuesday, nothing of importance here either. That is June 10th. The fun begins, the big data begins, I should say, on Wednesday, June 11th. This is a very big data point for the market. CPI. We all know this. It's been that way for years. It's going to continue to stay that way. The market loves CPI data, right? Right now, right? You want to talk about perspective? We're trading, what is it? We're trading less than 2% away from all-time highs. So anything right now in terms of catalyst can really swing the market, right? If we get good news, we're one green day away from all-time highs. We get bad news, we're going to take a tumble, right? I've said this for years as well, right? You guys that have live traded with me over the years, this is not where I perform well, right? I don't perform well at all-time highs. I never have, right? I don't know what it is about being at all-time highs. It's hard for me to get a grasp on the market unless we're above, right? If we're above all-time highs, fairly simple. But when we're trading at that weird area, like say for example, all-time highs is right here. Let's say this is all-time highs, and we're trading like right here. This area, this little gray area, is always very hard for me to trade. Like when we're like 2% away, 3%, we'll just say 2 to 4% away. This is my gray area, right? Like when we're just hovering below all-time highs, we're kind of just chopping higher. This is like my weakness as a trader. This is my weakness. Always has been, and I don't know why. I don't know really what I can do to fix it, but it's always been that way, and that's where we're currently trading. So me personally, I'm trading lately. CPI. specifically, it could give us the juice to break, right? It could give us the juice to break all-time highs, but it also could give us the juice for a major pullback. At the end of the day, right, no one really knows, right? So keep your eye out on Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll definitely move the market. Thursday, piggybacking off of that CPI print, we have our usual jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with PPI. Now, this isn't as important as CPI, but it definitely is significant, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say about a 6 or 7, depending on how the read is. But Wednesday and Thursday here are going to be the biggest days of this week in terms of economic data. Friday, nothing really, out of the ordinary. We have our usual consumer sentiment, which at times does provide nice volatility. So the star of the show this week is going to obviously be Wednesday. That CPI print at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then obviously Thursday with jobless claims and PPI. And that's what we got to look forward to this week. So beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, we're pretty much good to go, right? There's nothing significant going on. But Wednesday and Thursday, we're definitely going to see some drama in the market for sure off of that CPI and PPI read. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Make sure you don't swing into CPI either. It's never a good idea, right? That's never a good idea to swing into CPI. It is a good idea to use CPI to pass evals, but it's never a good idea to swing into them, right? That's never a good idea. Anyway, here we are. This is the NQ charts. Same thing we pretty much looked at last week. Trading right at all-time highs. You guys can see here. This is the current monthly bar. It's not really much to digest from this, right? Obviously, we have that higher low here on the monthly. Closed out, what was that, April? Yeah, April, very strong. Closed out May, very strong. Here we are in June, continuing to push higher. There's really not much to digest from this monthly chart other than, we're still very strong. Weekly chart, I mean, this is where the real shakiness comes in. We've literally just been sidestepping essentially higher, that is, into the supply, right? This is supply I've talked about for I don't know how long. And we've struggled multiple times now, right? We struggled here, and as of now, right, we're still below it. So, like, from my standpoint, like, it's hard for me to be a long buyer here, right? We're, less than 4% away from all-time highs on NQ. QQQ is less than 2%. It's hard for me to be a long buyer up here, right? Even, like, from an intraday standpoint, sure, can there be value in cash flow trades? Yeah, there can, but it's hard for me to be a long buyer up here, and it's also hard for me to be short because of how strong we are. So it just puts me in a tough predicament with NQ specifically, and even this daily chart, right? If you look at this daily chart, there's nothing to love here, right? I mean, just look at the chart. It's a bunch of nothing, right? We have obviously a pullback, nice rip, dip. It's just this very tight wedge that we've been in that has not been fun to trade at all. Right? Like, sure, if you catch a nice rip here or a nice little dump here, you're making money, right? But it's been very tough to trade. Now, what I want to do is get down on this lower time frame and talk about these major levels. Number one, we all know this, 21,950, right? This has been the big pivot forever, right? Ever since we broke back here, this has been that big pivot, as you guys can see. Even before we broke, and then obviously after we broke and made that massive move to the downside, and then here we are now. So that remains to be kind of that undefeated level that's very, very respected, and we're below it now, right? We're below it, and we're really having a hard time with it, as you guys can see here, and even here. So my mindset is, as long as we're below this 21,940, I can't really trust this upside, right? I can't. Right, I can look for those dips to buy, those higher lows, but I can't trust those breakouts because you guys can see what has happened previously every time we've attempted to break. So my whole mindset this week, especially with CPI and these data points, is I'm waiting for the range to break. I've said this multiple times recently, and I've gotten toasted a couple times in between, made some money in between, but ultimately it's just a pain in the ass. So my game plan for the week ahead is very simple. If I want to be long, it needs to be above 21,940. 21,940 is where I can confidently go long back into that 22,000 and ultimately target those all-time highs. That simple, right? Downside, if we break this uptrend, right? If we break this uptrend, which we've held, as you guys know, this trend line goes way back. Obviously, I'm just not zoomed in. I do think that we can get some nice downside down at this 21,400, potentially even lows down here at 21,000. So my game plan, for above 21,940, that's where we can look for that continuation, 22,000 all-time highs. If we lose, right, Major demand here, 21,500, 21,400. If we pull back here, right, and we show strength, initially we can watch for that demand bounce. But the main watch is going to be getting that continuation, right? Breaking that 21,400, breaking that 21,500, and trading lower down into that 21,000. Can there be value in between here? Yes, there probably can be value, right? Sitting on live, we might catch some value, right? Say, for example, tonight, a setup like this. There is value in setups like this, right? There is, right? That's just a classic break and retest. Rejected the supply, lower high, lower high. You have that break of structure. Nice strong breakdown, lower low, pop, get that lower high. Sure, that's a great short setup. But don't look at this chart and say, oh, that's a great short setup, and think, oh, it's time to short everything. No, that's not how it works. Again, could we find value in somewhere in this range? Yeah, we could. But ultimately, for, the market to choose where it wants to go, you have to wait for those levels to break, and that's where the big opportunity comes in. So my game plan, like I said, 21,940, 21,500. Those are my decision-making levels, period. ES, very similar chart. Monthly standpoint, still very strong. Weekly standpoint, still very strong. Daily, this is where the bullshit steps in, right? It's a daily chart you can't really love. It's a rising wedge, whatever you want to call it. It's not fun to trade, right? From an hourly, this is where things get tricky as well. We're just sitting in the supply, right? We've continued to sit in the supply where we have a high, attempt to go higher, and we just continue to fail. But we're still making those higher lows, which makes this chart very hard to trade, right? It makes it very hard to trade. So with me personally, like I said, whether it's, ES or it's NQ, right? I need to break of a range, right? Upside, 60.25. We get above 60.25, I'll be very happy going long. Targeting that 60.70 and that 6100, ultimately back into those all-time highs. That's the game plan, right? Downside, very simple. We get below 59.30. Sure, I'm comfortable going short, back down to 58.60, ultimately targeting the 57.60, 57.40 for a long, if we do get down in there, right? But really, anything in between here for me is just high risk, right? It's high risk for multiple reasons, right? Look at what's happened. We have that nice dump, immediate rip. Break highs, failed them, pull back. Break highs, failed them, pull back. Break highs, failed them, now we're pulling back. There's just no continuation on any of these moves, right? Like a nice move like this, you should get continuation. Immediately reversed. A nice move like this, you should get continuation. Immediately reversed. You know what I mean? We're not getting that strong push that we need, right? Like back here, right? That's a strong push into all-time highs, right? That's a strong push into all-time highs, right? This is a strong downside move. We're just not seeing that nice follow-through that we need to see as day traders to really capitalize off of, right? For example, Tesla. Tesla's a great example. Look at this chart, right? This is what we want to trade. We want to trade these macro levels like this, right? These macro levels where we have this major demand here that was broken, retested, and look what happens. This is where you get that clean action, right? You get the clean action after those macro levels break or hold, right? You don't get the clean action inside of a major range, right? You get the clean action after a macro structure breaks or big level breaks in general or continuation, right? Not in this scenario, right? Not in this scenario. This is not the good action scenario at all, right? That's not the good action scenario at all whatsoever, right? That's not it. Alrighty, let's go over to YM. I mean, this chart is, I think, cleanest of them all, right? Look at YM here. What are we doing? We're literally just sitting in this major supply. So if you trade YM or you want to use it as a gauge, I feel like this is a great gauge, right? Long as YM below this 43,150, that's a tough bargain for longs, right? If we get above 43,150, by all means, long the fuck out of YM. This has room all the way back to that 44,300. But mark my words, if we fail this 43,000, 43,150, and start to get aggressive, that's where that big downside move is going to come in, right? These are the levels you want to trade around, whether we get above 43,150 or we fail 43,000, right? These are the big levels you want to trade around. That's where you see those nice moves come in. RTY chart's clean as well, right? Right now we're just sitting in this major macro supply, right? So if you're looking to trade RTY, which I am this week, levels are clean as day. If we can get above 21,140, we get a clean break and hold above that 2140. That's it, right? That's where we can look for that long position. There is literally nothing but room to the upside. That's where we want to look to trade after those big levels break. Silver, this is a chart I absolutely love as well. You guys can see we have a macro structure break here. Not sure what I want to do with it yet. Probably that pullback, but also above highs. I think this is a chart that has a lot of potential. Look at this weekly chart. That's a weekly breakout, right? This is the first time we've broken this range on silver since, let me see, the last time we were trading back there was 2013. Keep in mind, last time we were trading at this level was 2013. This is where big moves happen, right? This is where big moves happen. So make sure you guys keep silver on a very close watch. Above 36.6, pull back to 35. They both work. On the flip side, gold here. This is a chart I absolutely love as well. If you go to the daily here, it's pretty clean. Obviously with the all-time highs, lower high. And if you notice, we just swept that previous high and created that failure to go higher. We broke this little uptrend here. This chart's clean, right? This chart is very clean here, right? If you look at this chart, it's clean as day, right? What do you notice? We have a high, attempt to go higher, failure to go higher, lower high, break of structure, right? When you look at this gold chart, there's no questioning what's going on, right? Gold's weak. Gold failed, right? There's no question here. So with gold, it's very simple for me. One, look for a pop back into 33.340 for a higher risk short entry. Or two, back into this 33.55, 33.60 area. That's my main watch for a short. That's my A+ setup. If we get back up into this area here, major supply, that's the area I'm looking to go short on gold. If we continue lower, 33.30, that's that short down into 3300. I think we could trade back down into this demand fairly soon. Tonight, maybe. This week, definitely, right? So that's what I'm watching on gold. Oil, yeah, this is another one I was getting ready to cover. Look at what happened here on oil, right? That's a massive break, right? That is a massive break. Look at how long we were pinned below this resistance. What is that, 64? Yeah, massive, right? So the game plan with oil now is very simple. Just look for that pullback into 64, start to hold, form that base, look for that long position back into 65. If we get above that 65 level, that's your trigger to say, hey, wait for that break and hold, go long, right? So this is a chart that you would want to be long on, right? Gold's a chart you want to be short on. Silver's a chart you want to be long on. Oil's a chart you want to be long on, right? If you notice the difference here, right? Look at oil. This is a name you want to trade. Break of structure, nice strong momentum. We know where this is headed, right? This is a strong chart, right? Look at gold, right? We look at this chart, we know what's going on, right? There's a clean trend here. You look at NQ, you don't really know what's going on, right? Sure, are we making higher highs and higher lows? Yes, but there's no clean direction at the moment for us to capitalize off of, right? Same thing with ES, right? Sure, are we going higher? But yeah, it's not the cleanest trend higher, and you want to find the cleanest trend higher ultimately, right? That's what we want to do as traders. We want to find the cleanest trend higher that we can capitalize off of, right? That's what we want to do. That is what we want to do, right? That's simple. Now, let's get into SPY and QQQ. I don't want to cover these too much though, obviously, because they're not going to be where they're currently trading tomorrow. But as of right now, SPY is sitting 2% away from all-time highs. Major macro levels here are what I want to cover. Number one, 601. SPY's above 601. That's my level to say, hey, I'm comfortable being long. Back into that 607, ultimately targeting all-time highs at 613. If SPY pulls back, 590, 591 is the level. We can watch initially for that demand bounce. Top watch is a break and hold below 590. That should get us that move back down to 582, ultimately targeting this demand down here at 573, 576. If we get down into this demand here with that 200 MA on the daily, this major macro demand, that's where we can start looking for a swing long for a move higher. All right? That's the game plan there on SPY. QQQ, pretty much same thing, right? You guys can see right now we are trading less than 2% from all-time highs. Major level here, 533. If we can get above this 533, that should be that final break for a move into all-time highs at 541. So if we're above that 533, I'll be very confident being long. Number 2, if we lose 522, we break this uptrend trendline support, we break this structure. That's when I'm comfortable going short on QQQ, back down into 512, being the first target, and then ultimately targeting this 502, 504 area. All right? So very simple, nothing crazy, very clean. Let's get it. Yeah, I know, 2% from all-time highs is absolutely insane. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a drink of water. Yep, so that's what I'm watching there. Let's get into these individual names now. Let's get it. Number 1, gold. I trade gold on future side, but if you want to trade gold on the option side, this is very simple, right? Major supply here, 307, 308. I'm watching for a pop back into the supply. 307, 308. That's where I'm looking for a reject. Downside, 304 is the level. We get below 304, that's where I'm looking for that short down into 300. As you guys can see, 300 level is absolutely massive, so make sure you guys keep an eye on it. And that is the game plan for gold. Tesla. This is a chart I absolutely love. You guys remember last week, everybody called me crazy because I said Tesla was going to see low 300s. If you go look at my watch list last week, there was one level I had on watch, 355. That was literally the high of the week, right? That wasn't high of day. That was the high of the week. That was absolutely insane. I didn't catch much of it. I caught a little bit of this move right here. I shorted Tesla under 307 down into 290, but I wish I would have caught a lot more, obviously. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's see what else we got here. Tesla, game plan. Number 1, pop back into 307. If we pop back into this 307 and fail, that's my watch for a higher risk reject. Top watch is Tesla back into this 322, 326 area for a higher conviction reject. Number 2, if we get below 292.50 on Tesla, that's where I'm going to look for that downside move back into 271. Looks very, 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 very good here. Let's see what else we got here. Amazon. Amazon's very simple for the week ahead. Major level, 214.50. You all can see the significance of this level. Amazon, one thing and one thing only. We get above 214.50. That is where I'll be very confident going long, targeting that 220, 225. Beautiful on Amazon. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Next, we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA. This is a beautiful, beautiful level. Look at what happened here. Last time we traded at this level, 143.50, look what happened. Massive downside move. These are the type of levels that you want to trade, guys. Levels like this, right? This is where you want to trade. So with NVIDIA, 2 things I'm looking for here. Longs, very simple, right? Very, very simple. NVIDIA, above 143.50, I'll be very, very, very confident going long, targeting 149. That's simple, all right? Hold on, give me 1 second here, guys. All right, cool. NVIDIA longs, 143.50. On the flip side, if we fail this 143.50 and get back below 137.50, that would be the short entry on Nvidia back down into 133. So the only two ways I'm looking to trade Nvidia this week. Number one, it's my top long watch. That would be an A+ setup. Two, if we get below 137.50. What happened? Trading 0DT, Collins off potential news as well. Yeah, that is that's pretty wild. For sure. That is definitely pretty wild. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty, guys. That's gonna conclude the watch list this week. Covered NQ, ES, YM, RTY, SPY, QQQ, Gold, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia. Woo! We've covered a lot. BA. Yeah, I think BA looks good, man. BA's been a tanker. It's getting a bit extended, but there could still be value here. Definitely. I would say long as BA is above 208, I would say that looks good for longs. Or if we get above Friday's highs, looks good. Honorable mention this week on our watch list is Google. Google, I love this 177 level. If we get above 177, that's my top watch for a long. I think this can squeeze back into 185 plus. Higher risk watch would be pull back into 171, 170 for a demand bounce on Google. I like that a lot. AMD, honorable mention as well. This break of this range. Either one above 119.50, back into 122, or below 114, back into 109. So essentially just a break of this range here. If we can get that break of this range on AMD, I think this would be very, very nice. Docu, kind of just keeping an eye on. Had a massive, massive move last week off of earnings, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Alrighty, you guys. Yeah, damn. Is it just me, or I feel like these lives are just getting shorter and shorter? I don't know what I'm doing different. I want to give away on Twitter. No, there's nothing that you need to do. You'll get messaged when it's time. You're good to go. That's it. There's nothing I can really do right now, right? Obviously, I haven't started. Yeah, I don't know why. Is there something I'm doing different? I don't think so. Everything's pretty much been the same. I don't think I'm doing anything different, at least. I don't think so. I mean, you guys let me know. I mean, yeah, that is true. The market's not giving us too much to talk about. That is a big fact. That is a very big fact. No lies were told there. That's true. That is very true. I'm never late. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm one person that's never late. To lives, at least. Other things I am late, but on the lives, no. Yeah, futures trades, that usually takes up a bunch of times, but lately we haven't had really shit to trade. Let's look around real quick. Maybe we can catch something. I mean, I like this gold, to be honest, right? Like, if I was going to trade anything, it would be this gold. It's a nice little break and retest here. But again, it's I don't have a level to really trade from there. It makes me nervous because we're still holding this demand. Like, if we weren't holding this demand on gold, I would be much more confident going short. But as you can see, we're still holding that demand. So not to forget that we're down 80 points from Friday, which is fucking absolutely absurd. Literally, Friday session, we're down 80 points. Platinum? Sure, we can check out platinum. You could trade fucking Ethereum. You could trade Bitcoin on futures. You could trade anything you want, to be honest. NQ does look like it wants to roll over, but how far is the question? How far is the question? Yeah, I don't really see anything too extravagant, to be honest. I don't. Someone said platinum. Oh yeah, wow, platinum's fucking cruising. Holy shit. Wow. I never even really... I don't think I've ever traded platinum once, to be honest. But damn, that does look good. Holy cow, that's a big break. That's a weekly downtrend break. See what I mean, guys? Like, when you have those big structure breaks, daily, weekly, look at the move it provides, right? When you're dealing with those macro levels, look at the move it provides, right? That's crazy. I mean, yeah, platinum looks fucking good, but I don't know what we could do with it up here. It's kind of already made its move, you know? Yeah, last Friday, gold was sick, man. Last Friday, gold was sick. Alrighty, guys. I guess we're left with the giveaways. That's pretty much the only thing we got left. I guess we can go ahead and knock those out. And then whatever's left, we'll go from there. I guess we could do that. That works. Alright. Let's get it, y'all. I have some Apex accounts to give away, and we'll do cash giveaway real quick. Who can participate? Everybody. Keyword is exclamation point Apex. That's the first word. You can pick what you want, to be honest. I don't really care. Good luck, everybody. Exclamation point Apex. That's the first keyword. That is the first keyword. Exclamation point Apex. We'll give it 20-30 seconds. And then we will we'll move from there. Yeah, I got a bunch of giveaways to do tonight. We'll spend some time doing that. Alrighty. Good luck, everybody. J23. J23. Where you at? J23. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Let me go ahead and get your code for you. Ba-da-ba-ba. Bam! It's here. Love to see that. Nice, quick, and easy. Let's fucking go. All right, let's run it right back, y'all. Let's keep it flowing. I'll do one cash, one Apex, one cash, one Apex, and we'll run it like that. All right. We'll run it like that. So we did one Apex. That's a minty. Fire. Fuck yeah. All right, let's go ahead and keyword is just gonna be turbo. Nothing else, just turbo. Tag me in the trading floor. I'll send you the code right now. I'll let Dom do it. I don't want to mess up the flow. I'll let Dom do it. I don't want to mess up the flow. I don't want to mess up the flow of things. Alright, we'll give this another 10 seconds. Good luck, everybody. This is for cash, and then we'll do one more, and then I'll save the rest for Zoom tomorrow. Matter of fact, y'all been disrespecting me lately with the likes, man. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna try to give y'all some motivation. All right, I'm gonna give y'all some motivation. Let's see who. The goal like is 500. If we hit 500 by the time I hop off, I'm going to give one person the cash giveaway and an Apex account, which is equivalent of over 500. But there we go. So smash that like button, man. Show some love. Alrighty, let's get it. Good luck, everybody. Marcus Davis. Marcus Davis. Marcus Davis. Marcus Davis. Where you at? Marcus Davis. Since we got a little bit of time left, we'll do a little Q&A as well in a second. I'll do one more giveaway. Give you guys some time to smash that like button. Perfect. Marcus is here. Cool. All right, let's run it back. Keyword is going to be last. Let's get it. Good luck, everybody. I was about to say Marcus Davis sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar. Very, very familiar. Ba 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 ba. Alrighty. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Jack Jing. Jack Jing. Jack Jing. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Let me go ahead and get that ready for you. Perfect. And then tomorrow on Zoom, I have another 5 to give out. I'm going to do 5. No, I'll give 3 out on Zoom tomorrow. 5 mentees. Yeah, what is that? There we go. Boom. Nice. Congratulations to Jay, Marcus Davis, Jack Jing. The rest I'll do tomorrow on Zoom. Got 3 more for tomorrow. 2 more for Tuesday. 2 more for Wednesday. And then the Instagram mentorship will happen on either Friday or Monday of next week. And we'll run it like that. Hey, Google. How many days left till August 27th?
There are 80 days from June 8th until August 27th.
I gotta delete this live now. I just leaked the day. Or did I? I said a different day on a reason. Anyway, guys, 80 days until something fucking massive happens. And I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited about it. Let's fucking get it, man. Anybody got any last minute questions? Whatever it may be. Trading, business, entrepreneurship. Whatever it may be. Feel free to ask it. That's a nice little move on NQ. It's like 50 points. You had to sit through some hell, though. That was a very choppy-ass move. Very slow. What y'all got for me, man? Day you get out the military? Fuck yeah. I've explained Apex like 50 times. There's nothing really explained, to be honest. Pay for an eval. Hit the profit target without the trailing drawdown. Once you get funded, 30% on both ends. Can't make more than 30% of your total profit time of requesting payout. You can't lose more than 30% of your total drawdown when it comes time to request. If you do, that's fine. Just means you have to trade another 8 days because you're likely going to get denied. My dream car? I mean, I have it. My dream car is an M3, man. I've had a Lambo for years. It's not my dream car, though. My dream car is an M3. My real dream car is RX-7, but I had that fucking for what, 7 years now? Yeah. I'm not a Instagram car guy. I'm a real car guy. There's a big difference. Let's see what else we got here. Lambos are 100% overrated. You buy a Lambo, you pay 240, 250. You'll get gapped by my M3, which I paid 110 for. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you're uncomfortable in a Lambo. That's it. You're paying for a badge. That's it. Ferraris are even worse. SF90s are nice. I can't deny. But if you get anything other than an SF90 or something like a Pista, yeah, they're just trash, right? Like, am I selling eggs? Nah, man. I actually eat them. I do. Every morning I have fresh eggs. What else you got for me, man? Any questions? Any concerns? Absolutely anything. I'll see majority of you guys tomorrow, but what do y'all got? The thing is, I had a I had the brand new C8. I had a C8R, number 262 out of 500. Didn't like it. I had the C8R first. It was electric yellow. The C8R, it was numbered 262 out of 500. I traded that for the Supra, and then I had my daughter. I traded the Supra for M3, and when I had my Supra, I also bought the Lambo. Bought it to rent out. Had the 4Runner, and I'm thinking about buying another truck. I'm not sure what I want to get yet, though. Lexus? Ah, man, it's just not my style, man. Not my style. Yeah, my M3 is a competition. Yep. It's a car that I spec'd myself. That was one of my first cars ever doing that. I spec'd everything to my liking. Yeah, 812s are nice. They're super fast. Yeah, those are nice too. Tundra Raptor. Yeah, I like Raptors a lot. I do. Raptors are dope. Escalades are sick. I like the V's, but they're just too big body for me. Too big. Audis are nice too. You know. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Shout out to Jay, Marcus Davis, and Jack Jing. Make sure you guys check the pinned message. I know a couple of you guys are mentees, so just reach out to Dom. You'll be good. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning into these lives, man. It really means a lot. You guys, I know I do these for you. And, whoops. Yeah, man, appreciate every single one of you guys. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night. And I will see you guys bright and early in the morning for live trading, all right? If you don't know what live trade at, just scroll up a little bit. I'm sure the bot posted it somewhere around here. Just go to my Instagram, join the Hangout channel. It's completely free. And,